All right, so assignment 6.1, which is creating a digital citizenship website for parents. Creating a website might be how some of you are thinking. But as I explained in the asterisk here down at the bottom, it might feel scary to some of you, but I wouldn't give it to you if you weren't ready. And really, plus a website can be just a different medium to represent information. If you can create PowerPoint slides, you can create a website. So have fun and always reach out for guidance if you want. And I share in the tech tools some options for making websites. Um, so as far as digital citizenship goes, a lot of what we read and hear and think about digital citizenship is couched in the language of don'ts and avoid the big bad internet, which is true. We got to be mindful of that stuff. But, like don't post, blah, blah, blah. Don't get fooled by, da, da, da. Don't connect with. And this all makes sense because for most of the folks in charge, as old people, this digital world is different, new, and a bit scary. But in terms of kind of the fact that it's here to stay, it's not going away, and our students are going to be using it. What if we shifted our thinking about digital citizenship from a list of don'ts to an ideal about how we can use technology and digital connection to make communities better? So that's the overriding idea that I hope we can start to embrace. With this assignment and some of the resources that I share. In terms of the tech tool learning focus, as I mentioned, you'll put a number of skills together to create a website. And so whether you actually publish the websites, up to you. You can create a website without publishing. And if you're wondering about kind of, there are some like third-party organizations where the information is kind of belonging to them. The easiest I always find is Google Sites. But if you have other tools that you would like to use, go ahead and do that. Regardless of how you represent the information you include on your website as a whole, just make sure you include or you push yourself to learn things that'll help you in the future, and future being a little more than a month off for some of us. And what are you going to submit? Just a link to your website and make sure I have viewing access. And you can test that just by sending it to like a ghost email address that you might have, or to a friend, and see if they can get after it. And then second, there's some tech tool learning reflection prompts, as always. Any form of expression is appreciated. If someone does a rap, and if you need to, I can throw down like a beat. I can lay down a beatbox track for you to kind of throw your words on top of. I'd be glad to do that. Just let me know. It'd be pretty ugly. So in terms of the options for website making tools, there's a ton. Some of which include Squarespace, Google Sites, WordPress, Pix, Weebly. And they all have their different things about them. So just I would encourage you to explore them. And as always, just check with your school organization, see what they recommend and what they allow, in fact. I always, as I say, find Google Sites pretty easy to use. And just a little note, blogs are actually a type of website. All blogs are websites, but not all websites are blogs. And then in terms of other tech tool options, a lot of you had said you wanted to develop your video, audio, or image editing skills. And so here's some different tools. And I think actually I'm going to add to that. And Capwing is something that a lot of folks have talked about in discussions in various places. I just did a very bad demonstration of how to use it. If you're interested, you can probably figure it out on your own more quickly, and you won't be subjected to. So, but if you're interested, please go ahead and do that. And for the details of the assignment itself, you're a teacher or a technology integrator. Pretend that, and you've been given the task of creating like a school website that are going to help parents or some other audience learn about digital citizenship. So create a website that at least has an intro, tells who the target audience is. So that's more for me. Information about the ISTE standard, information for each of the 4 benchmarks that parents can use. And something that's a result of you learning or deepening your tech tool skills. And when I say the 4 benchmarks, I mean the 4 benchmarks within the digital citizenship standard. Uh, Make sure you keep UDL's principle of representing information in multiple ways in mind as you put it up together. And then there's these prompts. These resources are getting better and better and better and better and better and better and better as time progresses. So um, check them out. This one here actually contains these, the Common Sense and the Google curriculum. Uh, feel free, so it has everything. It's just sometimes it's helpful and less overwhelming to look separately at Common Sense and Google. And there are certainly others, but these are two that are just I find well done and easy to follow. So that's it. If you have any questions, please let me know as always. And I hope you enjoy making a website.